Was I really all of that? This is John Young with the Tuesday tip of the week. This week we're going to talk about something that happened last week. If you guys saw the Tuesday tip where I kind of gave myself a pep talk before Mobile Beat last week, this is part of that. One of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to really stay focused and pay attention and be present for those people that I were talking to in the hallway. And it was really kind of interesting. I had some people who watched the video, and some of you called me on it and said, "Hey, John," and made sure the handshake was there, and you made sure da-da-da-da-da. That was really kind of cool to see that. But the being present, to be paying attention to the person, to be focused on them, and to be sharing this moment with them. This is a skill that we need to practice on. This is a skill you guys need to be doing in your everyday life, and not to sit there and you're staring at them and basically just kind of really doing this weird little thing where you're really kind of way too intense. No, that's not cool. But you want to be a casual, but you're making that connection. You're not being distracted where all of a sudden there's someone walking down the hall and I'm talking like this and watching them walk down the hall. Or there's someone that's coming by and it's like, "Hey," which unfortunately these shows becomes kind of a pet peeve for me, is that, okay, so you and I are talking and we're having a conversation and I want to focus on you, and then I have someone coming off to the side who comes up and interrupts. Now, I don't mind if they are walking by, and if we catch eye for a second and give a nod, that's probably one thing. But when they actually come and interject into the meeting, and I had that part, because then all of a sudden I've got to take my attention off you, and then I have to engage them, and then I can come back to you, and that's kind of yeah, not something I like to do. Yes, I had people walk by and who would come over and touch a shoulder and such, and it would be that's acknowledging, and I'm cool with that, because then I can still focus on you. They come by and it's a little pat on the hand as they go by and what have you. But I want to be able to focus on you. Why is this important? I'm practicing this when I'm at these shows, and I'm practicing this at different places, because this skill of being focused on you, the person speaking, and we're having this conversation, and my conversation is building off your conversation, that is something in the world of sales is huge. And it doesn't happen that much because we're so distracted. I don't even have a cell phone here. I don't even have a tablet here. But we're so distracted with these other things that we find this acceptable to be like talking, and then all of a sudden I'm checking my text messages. That's not cool. That is where the world is right now, and that's where it's going to be headed to. So the people who can actually focus and be present and can engage are going to be so much better when it comes to the whole sales process. So what I want you guys to do from this Tuesday tip is to be practicing being present and engaging whoever you're speaking with, because that is a sales skill that's going to set you apart from everybody else. Hopefully you guys like this Tuesday tip. If this is something that's helpful for you in an area you're struggling with, hey, give us a thumbs up down below. We sure appreciate that. If you have got some tips on how you can continue to be present and focused when it comes to having these conversations, please put that in the comment section down below. You guys have been putting some awesome comments down, and people have been reading those, and they've commented on those at Mobile Beat here just a couple of weeks ago. They were saying, "Wow, I learned not only from your video, but then some of the people down below had some great tips and great thoughts." So please continue to share. We appreciate it. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News with the Tuesday Tips of the Week.
If I were you, I'd hit the subscribe button before I hit the video. But don't mess things up. Wanna know why? Because I'm Batman.